Mission for Refugees. Well, Miri Eisen is a fellow at the International Institute for Counterterrorism, a former colonel in the Israeli Defense Forces. I asked her about the impact of Israel's military action on Lebanon's civilians.
My heart goes out to all of the uninvolved civilians in conflict, in war, in the Gaza Strip and in Lebanon now. My heart goes out to them. Israel does something that nobody else does. We give early warning. That early warning doesn't stop the war. I'm going to ask, not about the uninvolved civilians, why Hezbollah has built over the last 18 years an enormous arsenal underneath their houses. What underneath? Inside their houses, under the living room and in the children's room. And they build their headquarters underneath the apartment building. And so we give early warning, which means we're also giving early warning to these terror armies. And my heart goes out to them, but I don't know of a different way to be able to stop the horrific actions of the terror armies.
Is it your understanding that Israel was targeting last night in southern Beirut the man believed to be the new leader of Hezbollah?
When the Israeli Defense Forces officially put out that who they were targeting was Hashem Safi Adin, who is I don't know if he's the replacement, but he was certainly the closest to Hassan Nasrallah. They were actually in-laws, and I said that they're cousins, and they grew up together and went to the Islamic regime of Iran together and studied there, and both of them spoke Persian. Both of them have met Khamenei many times. So yes, Israel officially said that that was the target. I do not know what went after that. I do know that the terror army called Hezbollah should feel unsafe. And I want to give a safe haven to all uninvolved civilians by telling them to move.
I mean, just telling people to move is obviously better than attacking them with no warning, but it leaves them homeless, it leaves them without food, it leaves them without running water. I mean, it is a very cruel way to treat people.
I think that war is very cruel. I think that Israel has been in a war for an entire year. I think that when we look at the casualties, and my heart goes out to all of the uninvolved civilians, to all of the casualties, why don't we have casualties or civilian casualties in Israel? Because the Israeli Defense Forces over these decades saw the threat. I mean, I'll say otherwise. Hezbollah has fired into Israel 10,000 rockets in the last 11 months. And I don't have any better answers than that war is horrible for the uninvolved, and let's stop the bad guys from accumulating these horrific weapons and attacking.
Israel has achieved stunning successes against Hezbollah in the last, fortnight or so. What is less clear is what the aim is, whether it's to kill every member, to wipe out the leadership, to fracture its command mechanism. Are you clear as to what the war aim is?
The military, both tactical and operational aim is very clear when it comes to Hezbollah. Israel did not deter Hamas, and Hamas attacked us in the most horrific way on October 7th. That's a colossal failure of Israel, both in the fact that we didn't have our early warning, but it's also in the fact that Hamas was not deterred from doing something like that. Just today, his esteemed religious leader, Khamenei, talked about the wonderful October 7th attack. Hezbollah was planning the same kind of attack. The aim right now is to enable 70,000 Israelis who have not been in their homes since October 8th up north. All of their houses have been targeted, mortared, missiles, suicide drones up north. They don't have homes left to allow them to go back home. We have been in a war for a year. Hezbollah, not Hamas, Hezbollah has been attacking us for a year. And as you said, in the last 2 weeks, in the last fortnight, Israel has gone on the initiative against Hezbollah, that we're being presented as the aggressor after Hezbollah attacked us for the last 11 and a half months. What do you want us to do?
Even Israel's friends, when they see the kind of death toll that emerged from a single strike on the West Bank in Tulkarem overnight, where 18 people were killed. Israel says it killed a senior Hamas leader in doing so. But when people see those numbers, they become concerned about questions of proportionality, that Israel does not care enough about innocent civilians when it pursues its military operations.
I want to be very clear. We never target civilians. I want to be very clear. Hamas, Hezbollah, the terrorists that killed, murdered on the evening that Iran attacked us, so nobody else noticed that, where going on the light rail in Tel Aviv, Jaffa, 2 terrorists went on, opened fire and killed 6 Israelis on the light rail. You know, you're on the metro on your way home and you're murdered. We do not ever target civilians.
That was Miri Eisen from the International Institute for Counter-Terrorism.